I recently did a deep dive into the Boondock archive, and I found something that I thought had been lost to history. The raw, unfiltered dailies from Boondock Saints One. Every frame of film shot from every take we did, straight from the cameras.
None of this is any good. Fuck! You know what this means? Even if we get suspects in the case, we got nothing! Nothing! Not a zip!
One of the most common questions I get from fans is a very simple one. How'd you do it? Well, that's a short question with a long-ass answer. And the truth? It's somewhere down here in the raw footage. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Son of a bitch! Get the fuck out of here!
Even mistakes you never knew about, like this one. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We got it all. Even entire scenes shot that were never used.
What, that's it?
So that simple question, how'd you do it? We're about to take a deep dive into the DNA of Boondock Saints to get the answer. So subscribe, watch the videos, join the conversation. Let's get into it. See, now this is a long shot. We got dialogue, 2s and 3s. We start on a 1 with him. There's mediums, there's cowboys. So you're going to see how this kind of plays out. This is kind of what I call gonzo photography, right? Can't be done really all the time, but we'll talk about why it should be sometimes. Brothers back out. See, this is the way to get one long shot that has moments an editor can clip out and put together a scene. You ever done that before? You look very disapproving, Jack.
I'm not a filmmaker. I don't, this is not my forte.
All right, so he's shooting empty guns now. There's a reason for it.
Fucking herp! Yes!
It's cleaning up the town. Is that the idea? White Earp. White Earp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he did because he crossed the guns.
Oh,
Like,
of
bang,
course.
Bang, 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 bang.
I
Because
see.
this is all live rounds that he's technically
But
shooting.
aren't they also? Isn't this vigilante?
Fucking
justice
herp!
kind of a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Who is that actor?
David Della Rocco. He was,
Della
my 3 leads, Rocco and the brothers, were all no names.
Oh wow.
Try
Okay.
and stick
That was
it.
intentional. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
White herp, man!
Woo!
From my scene.
See how he's like falling apart right here? It's like, what am I doing?
White herp, man! Wait. Why? Oh,
Is that you off camera? Get out of direction.
man!
You gave him a line read and he didn't do it. That's funny.
Okay, let's talk about it. You know, what's funny about this one, in diving
We're
down
just
in,
jumping into it. This is
Yeah.
amazing. Okay.
in diving down into the actual shots from the camera. Now, something like that, you know, a director doesn't want to do it that way. The actors don't want to do it that way. There was probably 5, 6 shots in there that should have been done solo all the time. Oh my God, this fucking thing. Is it still tracking me? Yeah, turn back on.
My
All right.
podcast has had enough of me too. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Here we go. I don't fucking. This fucking goddamn.
This is going to be the
All right.
throwaway show. This is not what you expected when
We're
you
gonna-
invited me.
No,
here.
we're going to use this.
This is hilarious.
So the idea of sort of gonzo photography is it's something that like needs to be unpacked. We were doing a very small independent film, and you got time and money. When I yell action, I'm spending money, but when I yell cut, I'm spending way more money. Jay's been in the business for a long time. He knows about that. Now,
That's
the
true.
way you want to do it, right? You want to set up all those shots perfectly motivated actors, perfect focus, perfect lighting.
Well, you do. You're the director. You need everything to be perfect to match your vision in your head.
Correct. But with gonzo photography like that, this is a way to save money, but also have the franticness of a scene somehow magically transfer to the celluloid, right?
Mm-hmm.
you kind of saw Rocco get out of place there. Now, when an actor does that, everything can go wrong immediately. The actor could get pissed off. Why are we doing it this way? Why are we taking our time? I studied for this, And then all of a sudden, your fucking DP goes, and you go, and everybody's fucking
good for you.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
But in
Gets
this
the best of us.
It is, but it's almost like a tip. It's like a great way for low budget indies to sort of save money, but in a frantic scene like that, it somehow translates to the celluloid. But here's what you need to do to actually pull it off. Everyone has to be in the foxhole together. There can be no like dissension anywhere. Nobody you saw Rocco's reaction, and all off camera's reaction was to laugh. That's because this was day 8 of shooting. So by this time, we had really congealed as a cast and crew and weren't afraid to make mistakes. We made them all the time. We laughed them off all the time. It's almost like a ball club. It's like nine runs up. And they screw up a triple play gimme, and they're like, who cares? We're winning the fuck out of this game.
Did you have your cast for rehearsals before for a little bit?
For a little bit, okay. Yep. And the way that's the second part of this. The way this needs to be rehearsed. This was a Steadicam shot, very long Steadicam shot. In terms of one take of a film, and what needs to be done is the Steadicam operator has actual physical marks in tape that he has to hit for every single shot. He knows what a 2, a 3, or more of a close up is, where he has to be while we're rehearsing it. And the actors, same thing. They have different marks to hit. They have to know the entire kind of scene that we're shooting, and then the focus puller basically has to be Merlin the fucking Magnificent on this, because like during the rehearsal,
underappreciated job in the film industry.
Oh God, and the ones that it's because the ones that do it well make it look just flawless and easy.
Right.
And you only notice when you don't see clear focus.
100%. Yeah. It's one of those invisible jobs. You only notice it when they failed.
Yeah, when they fuck up. But the fun again. So while you're rehearsing it, every time there is a shot where the cameraman hits his mark, the actor or subject hits his mark. There's the DP with a fucking
the
tape
laser
measure.
Nowadays, but it was a tape measure in our days.
It's a tape measure, and right from the lens to the object of focus. And we rehearse it a few times to get it down, and then you go. And if something wrong happens, hopefully you have the type of guys that we did. If I had used movie stars, which I was against that idea, I wanted this movie to be something that kind of takes you by surprise. No names is what I wanted.
Was that for a gritty feel? What was so that people didn't relate to the characters? How did it?
So they didn't come into the theater with baggage,
Right, right. Fresh slate. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm looking at Brad Pitt, I know all of his movies. I love him because of that. He's awesome. But I wanted people to just be able to kind of get taken by the story here, because we felt we had a really good one. So by now, this is the 8th day of shooting. So we've gone 7, and everyone that works on this set is now realizing we're making some magic here. And but if I had bigger stars and stuff, we would have got to do it kind of the right way, if you will. We would have gotten to get each one of those shots,
and your movie wouldn't be a success, I bet.
Maybe, who knows? But there's going to be a lot of shots like that you guys see as we go through all these takes, man, because we had much more complex shit going on. It almost becomes like you're creating a vein of gold from which your editor is going to pick and choose, And when you do a shot like that, everybody's got to be on. Even the DP and the director. I got to be looking down through that. I got to be looking in Video Village and knowing whether I got that shot or not. And if not, I got to reposition the actor without shutting the camera off.
This was film. You did it on film, right?
Oh, yeah. Shot in Super 35.
Oh, expensive film, too.
Expensive.
Good Lord.
We did so much fucking slow motion, dude. We're going to take a look at that next. So, all right, let's play the next one.
What are you laughing at?
Because this is going to be fucking... He hasn't even seen the movie.
Don't tell them that. It's happening very soon.
It's the best.
That's true. It's embarrassing. Now he threw me into the bus.
No wonder. Threw him into the Porsche. All right, now this is super slow motion. We're going 240 frames with this. It's all on the line. This guy's got 6 live weapons on his vest. He's about to have a shootout in a suburban neighborhood.
Oh, weapons, not squibs. He's got more weapons on him than just what he's holding.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Got it. He just pulled out the bottom 2, and then he's got 2 more.
It's like, I'm going to get you suck out.
There we go. So we had 2 cameras on this. I think
Oh,
this
but
is
you
the
are
camera.
firing back. Oh wow,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
And what
That's
frame?
Billy Connolly, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
So he
Um,
drops, pulls, drops, pulls. So we're at 240 here.
That's what I was going to ask you. Thank you.
We're super slow motion.
240
So those
feet.
cameras are fucking whoa.
Right. Do people know what that means? Because it's different
It's
nowadays.
240 frames, I believe, right? Or feet. Is it frames or feet?
Well, you're right. It must be frames.
I think it's frames.
Right.
Now watch
No,
what
we
happens
ordered
here.
it by feet.
This is
That's
why
right.
I'm showing
That's
you
right.
this. Watch what happens here. Can't get the last 2 guns out.
May change the outcome of the
So we
shooting.
got one out.
Ooh, okay.
Boom. And he gets the other one out, and I think he fires one off like right away by accident without even aiming. Oh, yep, he didn't get a hold of it good.
Oh,
Boom, boom, right? And then he
oh,
gets
and now he's
shot.
getting squibbed. Okay.
Yeah. So the actor was squibbed. I mean, he had 6 live firearms, all filled.
So
He had
I was going to ask. So
empty
he
out.
emptied 6 clips or 5 clips, I guess. No, he's 6. He got to the end.
Got
Okay.
to all of them. He emptied everything, and that's where the shot went out. But what you see right there is basically a huge fucking mistake, right? And
In that he wasn't able to complete what
he wasn't able
okay.
to. So what he did was he turned from camera to try to yank the shit out and save the shot.
Save the take, right?
Go ahead and halt it right here for a second, Sage. He tried to save the shot. Billy's just a fucking badass in this scene. This is his scene. Everybody's waiting to shoot this one because we had the car squibbed up behind him. The tires were going to blow. That's why you saw it going.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. The
yeah, it was
bullet
crazy.
holes were going to appear, and he was right in front of the whole thing, and he was going to get shot. So he's emptying 6 full weapons with full magazines. So something was bound to go wrong, right? But at the end, he turned in order to try to turn his back to camera, and I saw his jacket kind of do this ballet slow motion thing, right?
Okay.
So it was like when we this fucking thing. Why does it keep doing that?
It's had enough of me. I'm not offended. It's fine.
Why do they keep turning the tracking back on? All right. So the cool thing about this shot was that I saw this is how we're gonna fix it. Right? We put his last 2 guns there. We take it from the end. He's already past the car.
Oh, because you're going to pick it
Yeah,
up
we're gonna
someplace.
pick
Okay,
it.
okay.
We're gonna pick it up, but we're gonna use the turn that he did.
Got it.
Not as a
Got it.
mistake, which it surely was at the beginning.
Make it look like a move.
Make it look like fucking
Ah.
John Woo slow-mo shit, bro.
Yeah, okay.
So
This is you being creative on the fly.
yeah, but a mistake that happened. I mean, we were just talking about a mistake that happened where you see something and a truly creative solution comes up that was better than was on the page.
Yeah.
Something you didn't plan.
Oh, that's the magic. That's the magic of
fucking
filming.
love when that happens so many times in Boondock. It's fucking crazy. We're gonna go through all of it, but let's go ahead and play how we fixed it. Let's show. I think fans who know this scene by heart are gonna see exactly what we did. Again, we're at 240 frames. Those cameras are fucking smoking. So he pulls, turns, kaboom, boom, boom. Like the killer he is. Gets hit. Fuck you anyway. And then he's down. He runs off down the street.
No more bullets.
So now putting that on, making a fix of a mistake like that actually adds to the story was one of the coolest things I learned about shooting Boondock. So that just kind of shows you it was something we didn't plan. It was a mistake that was made that ended up being one of those beautiful moments. And unless you're working on a set like we were, where everybody had each other's backs, where we laughed off mistakes like water off a duck's back, you can't really do that because it takes a whole bunch of people with love in their hearts to make something good and one asshole to bring it tumbling down. And we did not have an asshole on this set. So we were able to pull shit.
Only takes one bad energy.
Give us a story. I must have.
Oh no.
No?
Well, no.
Just not going to
Who
tell
knows?
us
I mean,
that?
every job has one, right?
Yeah. It seems to. For some reason, we had this kind of magic moment on there where, only one person was fired for so repeatedly doing their job badly that everyone on set was like, yeah, bye. Because the opposite of what you'd expect, because they were all working on something special. We used to show the dailies at lunch, and they would just go back from lunch like, we're gonna fucking kill this. It filled everyone with
You would show the whole crew dailies?
Oh yeah.
Oh
It
really?
was fucking even
that's
assembled
amazing.
scenes. I had my editor up there, so he was assembling some of these scenes so they could see what they were doing, the payoff to what they were doing. And that's another sort of bit of advice, but that's a really fun thing to do, especially with a cast and crew that is so congealed, because even if there was an asshole, it was one of those things that made him shut up.
Right.
When an asshole sees that everyone around him
That's it.
is like, this is fucking awesome.
When everyone's putting an effort to pull in one direction and there's one guy either not or worse, pulling in the other direction, he's gone.
Yeah. So that's that from these takes. We'll be getting into a whole bunch
What's
more.
the name of this?
What
we're doing here?
The
Does it have a name yet?
Boondoctor podcast.
I
Brand
love it.
new. This
I
is
love
only
it.
a couple episodes out. I
I'm
think it's like
excited.
third or fourth. So I want to introduce you to my friend Jay Ryan, who strangely enough I met yesterday. I've known this man for approximately 24 hours. Right, but
you would never believe that, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's odd how this business. We've had a recent tragedy. One of our friends, a dear friend, Sam Macaroni, is passing away in hospice right now. He is technically still alive, but we're over there every day, sitting with him, being around him, and that's how we met each other. He knew Jay from a whole different thing. Fucking cars. This guy built him and Bishop built the DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future. Bishop built Ecto One.
Both did, yeah.
You both built that?
Yeah.
Oh. And now you're like the car hero. Tell us about it.
No,
I was just learning about this shit today, and I got a ride in the Porsche.
Okay.
The Porsche. By the way, on our way home, we stop at a liquor store. The dude inside is like, that's a really cool Porsche. And then he parks outside the house, and there's a dude taking pictures of his Porsche, and he's like, "This is the real."
It was another Porsche because they knew the car.
Well,
yeah.
Give us the lowdown on
that. This is one of those sweet sour stories. This is sort of the equivalent of what you did with that take there. My wife Nicole was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2011, and around 2015-16, it got real, and she couldn't work anymore, and we had to start figuring out another life. And we started driving this yellow car around, and we started blowing off Friday mornings, and we would drive it up Angeles Crest Highway and go to a place called Newcomb's Ranch, and we would post about it on Instagram when we got back down to the bottom of the mountain. And other people started to follow, and now we've been on the cover of Road and Track, and we've got an Instagram with a lot of followers and things like that.
What's your podcast called? What's your Instagram?
Late Night Playset is the podcast. I started it with my wife. So the sad part is my wife Nicole passed away recently. Yeah. So everything we're dealing with Sam, I feel like, I just did this.
Yeah.
All very familiar. So I used to do it with Nicole, and we just brought it back with me and some changes, and we're trying to see how it goes. But Late Night Playset. It's basically a late night talk show podcast.
All right, and I will hopefully be on his podcast.
You will. We're doing it next week.
Great.
Yeah.
But you did something really cool. You took the Porsche and you drove all around the country.
I did
Tell
twice.
Us about that a little bit. Twice. So you did it once with Nicole,
right? As sort of a farewell tour, if you will. And then she passed away 6 months ago, and I did it. I did it sort of in her honor, but also for myself to kind of try to find myself and figure out where do we go from here. Yeah. But I brought her ashes with me and did 15,000 miles. I think it was around
15,000 miles.
Around
twice. You did it twice.
Yeah, it was 11,000 the first time, and then I did more the second time, and I was gone. I was gone for 10 weeks, 69 days, and we have now been to all 48 of the lower 48. It's been to all four corners of the country. You just got to get to Alaska and Hawaii.
You're gonna have that thing shipped out to Hawaii.
If I drive up to Alaska, I have to then somehow get to Hawaii. We'll get it sponsored. Maybe Porsche will send us out or something. Porsche sponsored the road trip.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Galpin Motors and Porsche Santa Clarita and Porsche USA.
Send this guy a free Porsche. Did they send you a free Porsche?
No, I
fuck
wish.
those guys.
That would be awesome. Please. You don't even need to give it to me. I'll just drive it for you.
All right. I'll tell you what, man. I can't wait to be on Jay's podcast next week.
Please.
And I think that I don't know what's happening. We're both sensing that there's just some kind of odd importance about this time in our lives, and watching our friend kind of power down when he was a powerhouse when he lived, who we all looked up to. We can't imagine the world without him, but at least we're getting to say this kind of long goodbye, and we feel like somehow Sam's putting this last crew of people together.
Oh, big time.
To do some stuff, so we're gonna walk through it. I'm here in LA for a little while, and now we're starting to do the fun shit, getting down into the DNA of Boondock Saints and meeting and interviewing new people and getting interviewed by them. All right. So what we're going to be doing over the next, I don't know, months and months is diving down into the DNA of all the raw footage dailies straight from the camera, unfiltered, like we did today.
Oh, wow.
So that is going to show, I mean, Boondock Saints is to its fan base. I mean, you might not have seen it, but to its fan base is an extremely special movie. And answering how you did it is down in this footage somewhere. So not only more to come, but in very expansive new ways, an exposure of the structure and literal visuals we use to do this. That's what's coming. And I couldn't be happier and more excited about talking about all that shit with Boondock fans.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, the Boondoctor podcast on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Porsche Life 111.
Porsche Life.
The car has a 111 on it.
Car has a fucking, like, it's its own soul being.
It is, yeah.
I took
thanks for
one
knowing
ride in it. One ride in it.
Yeah, in the rain in LA at 5 miles an
everybody's
hour.
like, holy shit, you're the guy. Hello, everyone, and I am Troy Duffy. I wrote and directed Boondock Saints 1 and 2, and I am the Boondoctor. Now, you have found the podcast that is stocked to the brim with men of good cheer talking shit. What shit are we talking today? This one's for the writers.